Hi guys, it's Coach Tom here again. We're going to be doing another practice today. Today is March 19th, supposedly the first day of spring. So nice weather outside. We've got rain and cold. Sounds like a typical New England spring day. Today we're going to be working on, again, the barrel of the gun. We're going to keep that nice and straight. A couple things you should be aware of is once you start drawing, your sight is going to be above your target. So that means when you lift and coil, make sure your sight is going to be above that target, so that when we transfer into holding, we're starting to aim, we can just drop down, get a good sight picture, and be ready to shoot. Okay? Now that also means that how we're going to treat this bow shoulder is when we lift and coil, we're going to be pulling the shoulder down and back to make that barrel of the gun. And that barrel of the gun goes from the draw shoulder, bow hand, nice straight line. Many of us have difficulty seeing that even in the mirror, so what would be a good thing to do would be get some helper to look over your shoulder and make sure that you've got that nice straight barrel of the gun before you begin your draw. So today we're going to be doing our warm-ups. We're going to be doing some stretch band for about 30 of those. We're going to be moving into a light bow for about 30 of those. We're going to be doing into your tournament bow, about 30 of those. If you have a place to shoot, then we're going to do blank bail, 30 shots. If you don't have a blank bail, we're going to move into more effort in front of the mirror with your tournament bow. And then we're going to come back. We're going to do some resistive training, starting off with SPT2, doing some push-ups, doing some crunches, doing some lunges. After that, we'll do some warm down, and we'll give a good review of what happened today. Hope you have a good workout. I know I will. I'm going to start off with just some warm-up right now. We're just going to start off with some small circles off to the side, a little bit bigger, a bit bigger still. Right in front of us. Back the other way. Bigger on the side. A little bit smaller. And a little bit smaller still. And we're done with that. Now we're going to move on to some stretch band. Again, when you lift and coil, make sure you've got that straight line. Bow hand, bow shoulder, draw shoulder. Make sure the bow hand is high enough so when you draw, load, anchor, transfer into holding, you can drop down and get a good sight picture. So it means when we're aiming at our nose in the target, in the mirror, make sure we're aiming somewhere above the nose, maybe to the top of the bridge of your nose or something like that, so you can drop down when you're doing your sight. Okay? Have fun. I know I am. I'm going to be doing 30 stretch bands. See you in a minute. Hi. I finished my stretch band. I've finished my stretching. I'm going to do stretching again afterwards. We've been working on it for 2 days. Good idea to get that going again. But now it's time for us to use our light bows. So make sure you've got your finger sling on, just as you would have on your regular tournament bow. It's going to stay in your hand that way. Remember, a light bow is about half the weight of your tournament bow. So if your tournament bow is like mine, 42 pounds, then something about 21 pounds, 20 pounds is a good weight to be using. Alrighty, we're going to do 30 of these. Again, emphasizing that barrel of the gun, making sure it's a little bit higher than we're going to use it. When we go draw, load, anchor, transfer into holding. As we're expanding, we're going to drop the sight picture down a little bit, just to make sure we're doing that properly. Remember, keep this bow shoulder down and back all the way through this process to maintain the barrel of the gun. I'll see you in a minute. All right, we finished our 30 light bow and we finished our stretch band. It's now time to move on to your tournament bow. So let's say we're going to do 30 good partial shot cycles of this. We're going to take it all the way through to draw, load, anchor, transfer into holding, expansion, and let down. Do 30 of those. I would love it if you could do 10 in a set. Take a couple minute rest, take another 10 in a set, take a couple minute rest, take another 10 in a set. Remember, 3 deep breaths between each repetition. Just give yourself enough time to recover. This bow physically is going to weigh more, mass-wise, and the draw weight is definitely going to be higher than the light bow. See you in a minute. Okay, we've just finished our 30 shots with the tournament bow in front of the mirror. Now it's time for us to do blank bail if you can do that. If you can't, I want you to continue with 30 more shots in front of the mirror again. I know this is going to get really hard. We've been doing this for a couple days. It's really hard to do those in front of the mirror and have to let down, but make sure you do it. Get the barrel of the gun, make sure those shoulders down and back. Make sure you raise that bow arm to the correct height when you make the barrel of the gun. That way you can do it. Load, draw, load, anchor, transfer into holding, drop the sight picture down, expansion, and let down. I'm going to be doing the same thing. I have the benefit of being able to shoot some arrows, so I'm going to have a little bit more fun. I'll see you in a minute. All right, we finished off our 30 blank bail, or you did another 30 in front of the mirror with your tournament weight bow. Now it's time to do SPTs. We're going to do SPT 2, which means we're going to lift and coil, draw to load, load to anchor, transfer into holding, return to setup, and draw, load, anchor, transfer into holding, return to setup. We're going to do 10 of those cycles. That's going to finish off our use of our bow today. After that, we're going to move into some other resistive training. We're going to do 10 push-ups, 10 crunches, and 10 lunges. Remember, a lunge is once with the left leg, once with the right leg. That counts as 1. Left leg, right leg 2, left leg, right leg 3, etc. Myself, I'm going to do the lunges in sets of 5. I'm going to take about a minute break. I'm going to do another set of 5. I'm going to be done. After I'm done, we're going to come back and do some cool down with those arms and just make sure we're ready to go for tomorrow. Good job, everyone. Just a little bit more to go. See you in a minute. All right, we finished our workout. We've done SPT 2, done 10 push-ups, done 10 sit-ups, that is crunches, and we've done 10 lunges. We did some arm cool downs. Remember how we did those at the beginning of the video? Do them before you finish. That way you're going to be all set for tomorrow. We're pretty much going to do the same thing tomorrow, but we're going to just make sure we have that barrel of the gun really emphasized, just as we've been doing all the way through the past couple days. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.